I'm not a prophet, but let me be a bit prophetic. I'm going to predict that going forward from here, that Jerusalem becomes a cauldron of discontent. Why? Because Mahmoud Abbas, the Palestinian Authority chairman, has called for days of rage over Jerusalem, and in particular, the status of the Temple Mount. Friday is the Muslim holy day. On Fridays in Jerusalem, Muslims ascend onto the Temple Mount and they worship in the Al-Aqsa Mosque. But inevitably, on most Fridays, and maybe perhaps going forward every Friday, when they emerge from the mosque after their morning service, riots break out. And the police have to be there in great numbers just in anticipation of what's going to happen. Mahmoud Abbas is making the Temple Mount the primary issue these days between Israel and the Palestinians. In fact, Palestinian representatives are urging international journalists to no longer refer to the site as the Temple Mount, but as the Al-Aqsa compound. Subtle but definite change. In other words, separate all Jewish connection from the Temple Mount by now referring it to the Al-Aqsa compound, shifting the focus over to Islam and, of course, the Palestinians. And any attempt to change that status quo will be met by riots. In fact, even if there isn't an attempt, there will be riots anyway. Because Mahmoud Abbas is making the Temple Mount and Jerusalem the issue these days. And that's why we're seeing hit and run murders in the streets of Jerusalem, with Palestinians driving their vehicles deliberately into crowds or mowing down soldiers if they can. And so we can know, going forward, Jerusalem is going to be the cauldron of discontent and conflict. And the Bible, of course, predicts that anyway. So keep your eye on Jerusalem, keep your eye on the headlines, and notice how much conflict there is going forward where Jerusalem and the Temple Mount are concerned.